All right, good morning, beautiful team. And welcome to our Sunday, September 6th, our first hangout of September all together here. Yay. Can you believe it's September? It's crazy. It's crazy, I tell you. You guys can hear me okay? Can someone say something because my sound is weird, so.
Hello, hello,
Okay.
hello.
You are coming through my internal speakers, which I didn't want. I don't know why Zoom won't let me do that. It won't. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Now say something.
Hi.
Yay, I got it to work. You're coming through here now. I can actually hear you all. Look at that. I'm not just a pretty face today. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. All right, so this morning, it is September. We do have, you know, my focus right now is recruiting coaches. So the first couple of weeks of the month, I usually talk more about coaching, and then near the end of the month is when I would talk about challenge groups, boot camps, those sorts of things. I did have someone ask to kind of do like an Instagram tutorial for stories and things like that. So I'm going to try, what I'm going to try and do is share my screen and just do a quick one on here. I'm no expert in Instagram. I just think it's one of those things where you really can't mess it up. So just go in and try it and play around with it and see what works for you and, you know, what doesn't. So I think I can actually do a share screen. Advanced. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this works because I'm on the same. Oh, a plugin. Maybe I have to plug my phone in. Version of basic. Okay, 2 seconds. Can you grab? Where's yours? Can I have your little cable thing? Let's see if it works this way. I don't need to plug. I just need the U. And we'll see if this works. Sure. Trust. I want you to say trust. This 1, 2. I know one of my
While you're getting that ready, Tamara, if anybody on the call has their phone close to them, unless they're on their phone for the Zoom, you might want to hold on to it and go to Instagram and see and follow along. Just a suggestion, because then when you're touching it yourself, you might run faster.
Yes, very true. If I can even get it to work. I don't know why it's not. I did it before with it. It's saying I should be getting notifications saying trust, and I'm not, so. Trust. Don't trust. So it could just be a waste of time right now. And I think if I do this, it's going to be really, like, not very helpful, if that makes sense.
Well, who is on their iPhone? Because if you're not on your iPhone, if you're doing this through your laptop, then maybe go get your iPhone, and Tamara, you can press through. No.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Connect. I am tap. Oh, wait, hold on. Screen mirroring. Oh, ah! Can you see that?
Progression.
Yes? You guys see my phone now?
Yes. Yeah, I can see it.
Look at that. I don't see you, which kind of sucks, but anyway. I'm not sure why I can't go back to the meeting. But, all right. So, trust. Yes. Okay, so if you are in Instagram, so one of the things that I really like doing is I shared my workout video with everyone from, and I know I did that really fast. So I'm in my, this is my home page, right here. And then if I click on the home button down on the bottom left, and then I can swipe towards the right, it opens up, you know, I can take a picture, I can turn it around, I can add filters, right? There's all sorts of these little filters that you can add, you can choose. So what you do is if you come across someone that you like, so let me just, for example, if I was to go to Emily Faber's page and I start watching her stories, and there's this, she uses home a lot, which is a filter I already have. If you look at the top, it says home by whatever. I have that one too, so that's not very helpful. I need to find someone that I don't have their stuff. Who else do we follow that I wouldn't have their stuff?
Can you go to Maggie Bebe? All the coaches.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just, oh, I'm not logged in there. I'm going to go to my account because I follow some of the coaches, the top coaches there. So let's see if Melissa has one. I have fresh, but basically what you do is you click, you tap on the thing at the top there, underneath her name. So fresh by whatever, and then you save it. You just click save. It already shows saved on my end, and then it will show up when you go to do your, it's one of these filters down here that you can add. So this is the affirmation one where I can nod my head and it's going to tell me what my day is going to be like, right? So I'm beautiful. Thank you for that. So that's one of the things, one of the ways that you can add filters to your pictures right in Instagram. So if I want, now the other one I kept getting asked quite frequently was the one about how to add like the check marks to my workout posts. So I'm really frustrated right now because they actually took away my simple black check mark. So basically what you do is when you're in the picture that you want, you can add any picture to your story just by the swipe left, and it's on that bottom there, right? So on the bottom left, you see your camera roll. And now I'm gonna go up and I'm going to go to this one, and then I go to the little square on the top there. You can see it's kind of highlighted with, and I go to the GIF, and I type in check. And then all of these options come up that I can then add to my story, right, that are animated. So I think on that one I used one, I can't remember which one, but today I'll have to use this one because it's a white space, right? So I would add it here, and then if I'm manually putting into my Facebook story as well, I'm going to hit the save button, which is this button up here, and it will say saved. And then I just click on this bottom left here where it says add to. You can choose to go send to, and then you can do all sorts of things there, but I'm not actually going to add it yet because I haven't worked out. So those are some ways to add to your stories. Now, one of the things that I want you to look into right now is Reels. So this is, you've got your live, you've got your story, and you've got your Reels. And basically what Reels are now is Reels are 15-second videos that you can add to your page, or you can add to your, they show up here. So this one on the left, this grid of 9 is your Instagram feed. This is your Reels. So all of these are my Reels that I've added so far. These are my Instagram TV videos right here. So all of my videos are there. And then anything I've been tagged in is on that left one, all right, by someone else. So if I'm in my Reels, you can choose to add it to your grid, or just to, when you're going to add it, or just it will go into the Explore page, all right? So play around with Reels. They're 15 seconds, they're super fun. I'm actually gonna put a coaching one up today. So this is what my coaching one looks like. You only have 15 seconds, so it has to be fast. So here's my coaching one. It's here, it's just quiet. So that's the reel I'm going to put up today. I also have a video that's going to go into my story, which is all of these ones here with you guys. So it like starts on the help wanted and then goes through them all. So play around with those. I don't know if anyone has any specific questions that they want to ask about this. If I come off stop share, I don't know if it's going to work again. So, and I can't see you guys. Anyone have any questions?
Can you explain all of that again? No, I'm just joking.
No. Negative
Can watch
Ghost
the
Rider.
replay.
Yeah. Right? It's just about getting in and playing around with it. You can't really make mistakes in Instagram.
Oh, yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Oh, I can.
Yeah? Like what? Because you can always, when I put a picture up, whatever it is, let's say it was this Maggie one and you want to add something to it, I can always, oh, I'm in Reels right now. I think I'm in Reels. Yeah, story. You can always save it with this button up here, right? So you,
Okay.
there's lots of chances.
I should do a
You should do a what?
make sure a talk on what not to do, just so that everyone's clear
On what not to do?
on what not to do. That you don't do this, don't do that, don't say this, don't say that, which
Well,
we do
okay,
have to be careful of these days.
The biggest things with Instagram, you can actually Google banned words on Instagram. So there are banned hashtags that you don't want to use, and if you use those hashtags, your account will get flagged, and then you won't get seen, right? So you can look those up. They change them every year. There's none that, to me, that were like stand out. But don't hashtag things like influencer or Beachbody or 21 Day Fix or Shakeology, or because then it's not that we don't love it. That's not the reason for not doing it. It's that you then remove yourself from the equation. If I see someone post a beautiful, something that I really like, a hairbrush or that would really be helpful for me, and they've got the name of it, they've got everything on it, I'm going to go directly to that site. I'm not going to go to that person. I'm going to go to the site, and we are the reason why people show up. We are the missing piece, because most people know it's fitness. Most people know it's nutrition. Most people know that they need some accountability. They know that if they hire a personal trainer, they'll show up because they've paid for it. They know that if they're paying for Weight Watchers, they're going to go to their meetings because they've paid for it, right? We get to be that accountability piece for them. So, and the thing with this is it's way more of a lifestyle that's sustainable. You're only going to go to a personal trainer for that short amount of time. You're not going to continue going for years and years and years and years and years and spend that much money on a personal trainer. You're just not. So then what happens when you stop going? We help them create the new normals. So we don't want to send them to Amazon, to send them to beachbody.com, to send them to Autumn Calabrese, to send them to the other trainers. We don't want to send them there. We want them to come to us because we're the missing link. And that's the only reason that we don't hashtag or put those things in, right? So what's going to make them come to us? What's going to make them? Like for Margot, it's going to be mom of adult children. It's going to be, healthcare worker, passionate about living as long as I can. That's going to be very different. Brittany is pregnant right now. So for Brittany, it's going to be mama of two, new mama, pregnant mama, postpartum mama. Like that's what she's going to be going for. You know what I mean? So those are the things that are going to bring someone to you, that are going to make them want to share this journey with you, not 21 Day Fix. Anyone can push play on it's like Netflix. It's like going on there. I can push play on the workout. But what's going to make me keep coming back? So it's not about the not doing. And I guess the other thing there with Instagram, and there's so many trainings on it, like I've done a couple of trainings on it, is Instagram is a magazine. Facebook, you can get away with posting pictures and things that aren't really beautiful or tweaked
Politics.
or polished. No, you don't post politics on Facebook.
I'm talking about other people.
Oh, okay.
Whether you wear a mask or not.
Oh, geez. Yeah, no, we're not going to stir that pot. But Instagram is way more polished. So it's spend that extra little time. And if you're going to post a picture, I'm not saying don't post a picture of your shake or don't post a picture of your food, but it better look freaking good. It's not in a plastic Tupperware container. If you're going to post a picture of your shake, it's in a glass jar. You can take really cool shots, like looking down at it. Maybe you have a funky straw with really good light where you're standing like facing the window or outside, right? I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm saying if it's in your Shakeology cup, it's not meant to be on your Instagram feed. It's just not, right? You want something to stop people, to wow them, to get them to stop. Even if that is a complete grid of just you, because you are the reason why someone would stop on your page, not a Shakeology cup, okay? So in that sense, I think the things not to do are pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. It's gearing it towards you and what you're going to, who you're talking to, the you from when you started this journey. Okay, I've talked enough. Who's up? Why is everyone hiding this morning? I only get to see 4 people. 3. Everyone is hiding. Oh, there's Brittany. She's awake. Woo! When are you due?
I'm due October 9th.
Oh, wow.
But next week I'll be at 36 weeks, so she could technically come after that. So I'm hoping she comes a little early.
For sure. Right? You're done with the hot of the summer, though.
Oh, yeah. It's miserable. It's like nothing I've ever experienced.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely ready. And I'm ready to get my body back.
Yeah. Definitely surrender our bodies for that, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyone else have questions, things they want to go over, want to share?
I have a comment. I can see now that it is very important for all of us to be posting regularly. Like I know you do it, Tamara, and I'll try to do it, but I'm not always on, but I try to. But the reality is, I guess when people are watching, they're watching. And I have a tough customer, my cousin from Penticton, who'd been sort of watching me, but she actually signed up to Beachbody just randomly. So she ended up on somebody else's team. I think she knew I was doing it, but she wants to do what she wants to do. She doesn't necessarily want to be told or recommended anything, and that's totally fine. But she's been watching, and I've been doing goofy videos on my Instagram stories, and apparently she's been following like yoga on a roof where I work and just goofy things. But I'm trying to do it every day as best I can because I'm watching you guys. So, and now she's reached out to me and she says, I am so impressed with what you're doing. I'm going to order that challenge pack you talked about like 6 months ago. So, and then
she's going to join you.
Yeah. Well, first of all, she said, how come I'm on? Because she went to do it herself. She wants to do it herself. Doesn't, And so she looked and she said, how come I'm on Corrine something's team in Nebraska or whatever? I said, well, that's because you signed up a long time ago, like on your own. And that's what happens. Anyways, all I'm saying is that the more, and I know there's a calendar and I need to look it up again sorry, my dog is going crazy again. I know there's a calendar somewhere that says post this many times on Facebook and this many times on Instagram and this many times on stories and whatever in the Empower Squad Coach Hub, correct?
Yes. So I actually found there's Christina came up with quite a few of them, and they're amazing. She has different ones for, just let me pull them up, for different like levels of coaching, depending on what you want to do. Business. So here are hers. So let me share. But I also wanted to share because the one that I like is, okay, so I have them up. And so kind of what Margot is kind of referencing here is, she's referencing the business activity tracker, but Christina has, I do not understand. Normally when I share my screen, I'm still able to see you guys and I can't. It's very weird. Interesting. Okay, anyway, so here is, if you are a new coach, right? So you've got your workout, you've got your Shakeology and eat healthy, personal development. It's super simple. Post your workout in the Fit Club. So that's, choose which one works best for you. If you're in a bod group, that works great. If you prefer the Health and Fit Club on Facebook, great, do that. Post on Instagram, Facebook, or IG stories that you worked out. I would recommend the stories on both Facebook and Instagram for that. Once in a while, do a sweaty selfie, but I think people just get sick of it and they think that that's all you're doing. So, and then check the Coach Hub for any trainings. So that would be the Empower Squad Coach Hub. We don't post a ton of trainings in the free to be one, more because we use the WhatsApp chat than anything. So post an engaging social media post, respond to likes and comments within the hour, post 5 to 10 Insta stories of your day, 10 interactions with current followers, leave 10 compliments and like 25 photos, 100 follows or unfollows, and then you've got your business building activities here. So, and then she even has like month 1, pick your program, print out your calendar. So that's if you're new. If you are a recommitting coach, then it's very similar. Like say you're someone who's been around for a while, but now really wants to jump in, then you would do the recommitted weekly checklist. If you're a hobby coach, we've removed some of the business building activities because hobby coach, you're really like working full time, doing other things as well, and wanting to make, a few $100s on the side. And then you've got the committed boss babe. So this one is a little more involved in here. So if you are a checklist person and love checking off these little boxes, I totally recommend using that. The one that I really like was Angie's new one, that's the top 10. So your top 10 to-do list. So, and she gives you like how many minutes you should be spending on it. So you've got your bod workout, 30 minutes. You've got your challenge group, post, go live, praise, recognize, motivate challengers, 5 minutes. It's not like you're in there for a long time. Shakeology, 5 minutes. Your personal growth, 15 minutes. So this should be your podcast or audiobook. Business housekeeping. So check online office for new customers, coaches, ranks, and team group. Daily grind, which Angie does, news and calls. So in there. DMs and emails, respond to all new. Follow up with all unanswered. This 20, post to social, 10 minutes. Stories, 10 to 20 stories daily. 1 invite for every 10 stories. 10 new conversations. I really like that, the new conversations with people you haven't talked to. And then she says 1 to 3 share a card sent out today. All right, so I like this one. I think it's a lot simpler and it just eliminates so many boxes if you find that the boxes are overwhelming. So they're both in the Empower Squad Hub or in the Free to Be Hub. I have them both. So yes, being consistent is key. I know I used to highlight all of the things that I didn't do just to make sure that I was not doing, like if I hadn't sent invites for 3 days in a row, it was like, oh wow, I need to make sure I send invites today, right? So it was not because I was like, it was just really visual. If I'm like missing on the tracker what I forgot that day or what I couldn't get to that day.
I also know that on at the beginning of each month, I know in the Empower Squad Coach Hub on Facebook, there's an actual calendar of ideas, because that's sometimes I think where a lot of me anyways, might, okay, what do I say? And even though it's supposed to take me 5 minutes to do it, I'm taking 20 minutes to figure out what I'm going to say. So those types of tips on what to say or what to talk about, I find helpful as well.
Yes, and I post those in the WhatsApp chat. So this one is here. So it's
Yes, I saw that.
The media, right? So here, and there was two. She did two calendars, but they were the exact same thing. Because I have access to the same website that she uses to get these. So this is always here for you. And don't feel like you have to do them all in this order. Like mix them around. And if there's other things you want to tweak or add in, but it's here, like poll your audience. Have you ever run a 5K? That's totally leading up to the the 30-day breakaway. Right? So just a good idea. So what I normally do, and I haven't done it yet this month, is I go through and schedule out what I'm going to post every day, just so that it's on my wall calendar. And I use that for ideas on, I know that I'm talking about coaching for the first couple months. So I look through that calendar, or first couple weeks. I look through the calendar for the coaching post ideas. And then if there's challenge group post ideas, I use those on the last 2 weeks of the month. Anybody else? Questions, things you want to go over, share, comment on. Don't be silent.
All right, I'll share.
Okay.
I didn't have my video on because I looked like crap and I just woke up. So, and I know that this gets recorded, so I have to look good every time. I just need to get into better lighting. Ooh, there you go. So I've been having the last day of MBFA. I'm super, super excited because it's a stretch and I love the freaking stretch. It's my favorite stretch ever. Like, I don't like that yoga stuff. Don't like Pilates. Don't like none of that. But this stretch is absolutely amazing. But I've been having a shitty ass week. 2 weeks maybe. So I have a nutritionist. I just finished one of the things. So I have a nutritionist and I've been going on and off about her, and she asked me to weigh myself. And I do not like weighing myself. I'm very kind of like OCD. I like weighing myself at the beginning and I like weighing myself at the end. And I always fast for 24 hours. No, that's a lie. For 36 hours before I do my weigh-in. So she asked me to weigh myself, and I weighed myself and I gained 5 pounds in 1 week. So I'm trying to not think about the numbers, and and I've done really, really good not thinking about the numbers, but that fucking sucks. Sorry, pardon my language. So I've been pissed off. Now, don't get me wrong. If any of you watch my Instagram or see my reels, the strength that I have gained just in 1 week of NBFA surprises the shit out of me. Like, I would tell Tamara, I'm like, I could do two days ago, and now I can do 48. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. So I'm trying to think to myself, okay, don't think about those 5 pounds, but those 5 pounds is what's in my head right now, and it's still driving me nuts. So my old mindset, what would have done, I would have been like, fuck it. What I'm doing is not working. It's not working. Like, I gained 5 pounds. So then I've just been down a lot late, just like for this past week. So I've talked with my nutritionist, I've talked with Tamara, and just sort of just a lot of other things here and there. Turns out that when you look at my schedule, I'm expected to have, love being a woman, expecting to have my period next week. So I'm like, I always end up gaining like 2 or 3 pounds because of my period. And my nutrition has not been on form. It's not bad, but it's also not like 100%. And I'm just like frustrated. So I am currently doing a 84-hour fast. So I'm doing a weekend of non-eating. And I weighed myself this morning and I'm back to my weight. I lost that 5 pounds. in 2 days. So I'm pretty, it's like doing like the free day refresh, but instead of with food, I'm just doing it without food. And surprisingly, I'm not hungry. Now, I'm not doing a proper fast because I know that if you take Energize doesn't break your fast, but I take Hydrate and I take Recovery. So technically, and then the other day I was working with the kids and they had these little sausage hot dog thingies, and out of nowhere and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm fasting. My bad. And I just ate it and I freaked out because of it. So anyway, the point of my story is that I post on my Instagram and all that stuff, but I kind of like last time I posted for the MBF, I tell them that I had like bad nutrition and it wasn't going well. And then I ended up losing 3 pounds. So I've been a little bit shy on my Instagram and haven't really told people like how I felt and all that stuff. So I don't know. I think your Instagram stories and all your posts and stuff should be like honest about you. And you know how you were saying like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say at all, ever. So like when I post I don't want to talk about how I've been feeling because I don't want to share that with Instagram. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. That's my choice to do or not. But like when I was doing those improvements and stuff like that, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. What am I supposed to say? And it's not what you're supposed to say. It's just what you want to say or what you feel like saying. So I'm just like sitting there, and I'm not a writer. I don't post very often because I don't know what to post. I know like Tamara and Clarissa, they post every single day and they have that planned and stuff like that. But yeah, but posting on stories or posting on reels, you're on it every day. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do, but I just post when I want to post, and then I post what I feel, and then I write it. I'm not one of those I do love checklists, but I'm not one of those like that. I wouldn't be able to do that every day because if I didn't do it one day, it would just, well, I don't know. That's just me. But you know, I just post, I'm like, holy shit, I didn't do this yesterday and now I did it. So I think you have to post what motivates you and not technically what somebody is telling you to post. I don't think, as Tamara said, I don't think there's a right or wrong. There's not a right or wrong post. And Margot, I've seen your stories, and your Instagram stories are good. Like,
There you go, Margot.
I see them. Like I'm just like, what is this girl talking about, making all mistakes? So I go and look at that and I'm like, how the hell do you do that? I'm like,
Bro.
I don't even know how to do it. Clarissa has taught me how to do the pinning thing and make it move. I still can't fucking do it. And I've gone on YouTube and trying to watch it.
It's from the Power Squad.
And my pin keeps on going like this. I mess up. But I sit there and I do it. And now my reels, instead of taking 15, 20 minutes to do a reel, because I've done it like 5 or 6 times and 7 or 8, and I keep on practicing, now I can do them a lot shorter. So the reason why it takes so long to do stuff is just because you have to get used to it. And for some people, like I have a life now, so I get a lot of busier. So I'm just like, done. But it gets frustrating. But anyway, that's all I want to say. I'm done.
But it's all about sharing, because you shared your journey. You've been sharing your journey. So you go, Isla, you're beautiful Isla there. And Margot, you being like the top recruiter in our team, even more than us. So hello, whatever you're doing, it's working.
Yeah.
And it's true, because I, like Clarissa and Tamara know, I'm a hobby coach. I do a little bit of the business, but just here and there. And I get, one thing that did frustrate me is I get these people that comes like, oh, I talk about them, they comment, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna write back to them. And then they say, I'm like, all right, well, when you're ready, just let me know. And then they're like, oh, and shit, so I got this. And I'm like, you got it? Like, I'm the one that told you about it. Why did you not do it? Why didn't you do it through me? And they're like, oh, well, I just didn't want to coach and I didn't want to disappoint. And I'm like, no. You just bought something and you gave your commission to a random person. We're friends. And I tell them that, and I'm like, just to let you know, when you sign up for Beachbody On Demand, you're giving a person, somebody that you don't know, the commission for it. So might as well. So I had one of my friends, she switched over from a customer. She's like, oh yeah, so I got the 6 months. I'm like, oh, let me send you the link. Oh no, I just did it right now. And I'm like, why didn't you do it through me? So I'm like, oh, because it was easy. I did it online. And I'm like, well, you just gave some random person your commission. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, can you do me a favor and fill out this form? And she's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And she did it, and now she's back to my customer. So, but some people, I had another girl who she said she didn't want to have a coach. And I'm like, I'm not like a coach. You're not going to disappoint me. You're basically, it's a business. Like, wouldn't you rather help out your friend than help out a total random stranger?
Yeah, 100%. And that's why I say, like, pick the things in there that work for you in the posting calendar that makes sense to you. There are certain things in there that I would never post. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not writing about that. So, and don't overthink the posting. If you're not a writer, make it short. It doesn't have to be, you want to post something that you would actually say. I love writing. So if you're comparing yourself to my written stuff, writing for me, my words come out of my fingers way better than they come out of my mouth. So that's, for me, like, such an outlet. I know that is not the case for everyone. Clarissa isn't like that. So it's use it how you would actually speak it, right? That's the most important part, because you want to be you. I want to touch quickly on something Angie brought up here about just sharing authentically. And I know that Coralie won't mind, but because she's been sharing in our chat that she's really been struggling the past little bit with like her energy and her feeling, just feeling strong enough. And so she was doing MBFA, and she started one workout and she just like broke down crying because she couldn't do it the way that she wanted to do it, right? The way that she knew she could do it. She just didn't have the energy for it. So she's like, you guys, what do you recommend doing? And both Clarissa and I said, stop. Go do some yoga, go do some meditation, go do something that's going to help you get back to feeling your best self, but share it. Share it in your stories, what you are doing. Tell people, because everyone's going to go through those phases. We're all going to go through that, like, ups and downs, and doing it the way, not being able to do a program the way that we want to do it. And I always think about, like, Zumba people when I think about this, which I know has nothing to do with coaching, but I come across so many, like, because I'm 45, older ladies who loved Zumba, but say, oh, I can't do it anymore. It's bullshit. We can all do it. We just can't do it the way that in our mind we wanted to do it. And until we accept, like, that's where you're at in life, and you can still go and enjoy the music and enjoy the movement and enjoy that. You don't have to jump and you don't have to do all of the stuff. But you can still enjoy that experience, just in a different way, right? So you're just shifting gears in terms of, like, okay, you guys, I was on this 21-day program. It's not working for me right now. I need to stop and listen to my body. And so for right now, I'm going to go do some yoga. I'm going to do some meditation. I'm going to work on recentering and regrounding myself, and then I'll come back to it. And there's nothing wrong with sharing that. I think people, it's such an admirable quality when we share something so authentically, right? That's what people want. They don't want someone like, I know I'm the fitness freak and that everyone is like, oh, there, look at Tamara, there she goes with her workouts again. But my workouts are my sanity. And I know that that's not the same for everyone. So it is what it is. And I often talk about that in my stories, right? So just be you, share what's working for you at this time. And if you have to stop something, stop. Come back to it when it's going to work for you, right? You've got to listen to your body. So.
And then you can be surprised what your body can do.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, I told when I first started, because I'm just 1 week ahead of Tamara and MBFA, and I'm like, you're not gonna like this week's thing. It's like I'm like, it sucks. And then I showed her, I'm like, you do this, and she's like, ugh. And I'm like, I know. And I'm like, I can't do it. And for, what was that? That was the last. And for do it. Could not do it. 2 days ago, the core circuit one, I did 2. So I was like, yeah. So this one, when she did it, the power ignite, I'm like, got to be sorry, I swear. I swear when I'm excited. So I was like, you gotta be effing kidding me. So I'm like, nope, okay. I put that video camera right in front of me and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this for Instagram. I'm like, I'm gonna prove to everybody that I can do it. And that was my motivation. I was doing it as if I had like a professional person being like, do it, show that you're stronger to Instagram. So I did it. And I did 48 out of 50.
That's not
Moila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to
I talked about that a little bit in a post not too long ago too for myself regarding mindset and how it's so easy to go back to the way that you used to think, right? About, well, there's no way I can do that. And there was a time that I couldn't do those things. So I'm a week into MBFA now. And so the first core circuit the other day, I'm like, are you kidding me?
yeah.
Do that. And then I did it, right? So we talk ourselves out of so much stuff just because we are overthinking. So it might not be perfect every time. It doesn't matter. And like you were saying, Tamara, I think, and the call on Thursday night with Danielle is that's what she's talking about, right? Be consistent and just be yourself. And you can't go wrong with that. So on the days that you kill it, let's be proud of that. And on the days that you don't, well, whatever, we move on, right? Embrace the glorious mess that you are and move on.
Exactly. I love the analogy. So when I did my life coaching course, my instructor talked about how if you think about a cornfield, right? And when you go and you walk in a cornfield, the first time you walk in it, the corn stalks will bend over and then they'll bounce back, right? But if you keep following the same path in that cornfield, the corn stalks bend over, right? And then they flatten, and that becomes a pathway. And that's exactly what happens in our brains, is we have these pathways that we don't even realize are there. And something will trigger us to go back to a pathway that no longer serves us, right? Something will happen that gets us, because the pathway itself never goes away. Maybe there's a few weeds on it, but it's still there, right? And so something might trigger us to go back there. So then we have to go back to the new pathway that we're creating. What was the trigger that took us back to that pathway? So I always love thinking about it that way. Because for me, it's like so much work on mindset. I have to, because it's so easy for me to jump to the like, I don't have enough value to offer. I'm not worthy. Right? Why is someone going to join me? And right, like those sorts of things. It's so easy to go back to that because it's there. It was there for however many years of my life, 42 years it's been there. It's not going to go away. But if I choose to work on it all the time and work on me, then that pathway gets some weeds, and the pathway that I'm on is the one that I stay on, right? So if I find myself over here, then I'm like, oh shit, I need to do something to get back over here.
My pathway is the cruise ship's Horizons Court Buffet. So since we're out, the pathway
Look
is
at
over
Isla
there.
laughing.
So that's why I'm in the best shape of my life, because I'm cooking.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
why there is no freaking horizons. The pathway's over there.
Yeah. The pathway is to the kitchen, not to the buffet. Right? So, yeah. Jazz, you look like you wanted to say something. Did you?
Yeah, I'm just really happy to be back on here with all you guys. It makes me just like so happy. And I just want to give Margot a little bit more praise because she's been just killing it. I just cannot believe like what I've seen from like a month ago to now, and like just your body transformation, your energy is just like, wow, like holy, just want to praise you for like all your hard work and your efforts because it is amazing. No, you're doing amazing. I know you just feel like, oh, what am I doing? But you're doing the shit that needs to get done and you're killing it. So that's why you're doing amazing.
Well, that's
Like even
Jasmine. I'm your number one fan. So shut up.
but honestly, like your skin is different, your spirit is different, and I'm really proud to see that.
Oh gosh darn. I'd like to accept this award on behalf of the Academy. Jasmine, I couldn't have done this without you, Jasmine.
But it's
Yes.
true. I think we all, like, I feel that way. I wouldn't have evolved as much if it wasn't for you
All of you guys.
Like, you know, I look at each one of you and there's some piece of you. Joanne, I don't know you very well yet, so we'll get to know you more as we go. But there's pieces of each one of you that I'm like, oh, I could do that. Sometimes I'll steal somebody's post, right? Or pieces of somebody's post just from the team, you know, because I'm like, oh, that was really good, you know, and share that. And that's what this is all about, right? We don't get there on our own. We get there as a team. So
We
And
empowered
I
each
just
other.
wanted to say, Angie or Angela, I think the problem that you're seeing on your scale is a muscle that MBF is meant to build to burn the fat, and the muscle weighs way more than fat. If you Google a picture of fat compared to muscle, 5 pounds of fat is way bigger than 5 pounds of muscle, but it is going to add on the scale. And you can listen to any kind of health coach, especially nowadays. They'll post pictures of them at 140 pounds and 140 pounds or 150 pounds, and they're way fitter, but their scale weight is just up more. And I think that's probably what you're seeing, because you're doing your workouts, and like MBFA is like a freaking killer. So I'm probably assuming that that's what you're seeing, and it's not the lack of the program working. So
can't hear you.
turn your volume on.
Sorry, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's and I 100% agree with you. Right
Okay.
before, it used to be that different. It's like one of those things, like, I don't care about the weights, but she just made me weigh myself, but I didn't measure myself and I didn't take pictures. And I think those are the two things that I hated doing. I think those two are the things that I needed to do when I weighed myself at that time, because I do agree that it's also coming back to what that other pathway, I guess you can say in your mind, is that I want those scales to go down because that's what I'm used to and that's what I want. So tomorrow, I'm nervous, but I am excited because I'm going to take my before, my after pictures and do all that. And I'm hoping, but yeah, I think about the muscle. I think about my period. I'm trying not to make excuses, and it's learning what actually are excuses and then what's actually are like legitimate thoughts. So I'm trying to differ from that.
And remembering that the scale is just a number, like it's nothing. How strong you are, how much better of like routine that you've come into over the last several months, like those are the things that matter. Like the scale number that's just one number.
So just to give you guys an idea, when I started coaching, I'm 5'9", and I weighed 142 pounds. I'm still 5'9", and I weigh 158, 159, right? So I'm kind of where I should be. I was so disgustingly skinny when she used to joke that when she hugged me, that she would need to wear like a PFD, like a life jacket, so that it didn't hurt because the bones in my body would hurt her, right? So coaching for me has done the opposite, which I know can be a mind fuck for sure. I think the biggest thing there is, what are you like when we feel that way and the scale isn't moving, even though we want it to be moving and we're working hard? Am I nourishing my body properly? Am I drinking lots of water? Like, if those things are happening, then the scale's where it should be, right? It's just your body is transforming in different ways. Just like Jess said. Because otherwise I would have dropped out of coaching and been like, this shit doesn't work. I gained 17 pounds.
But Angie Belmer, she had a weight gain transformation.
Yeah.
She was the skinny with the fat in the wrong place. If you see her like first transformation, she had a belly and very like stick thin arms.
Yeah.
And now she looks amazing.
Yeah, hers is skinny to strong.
Yeah,
sure.
her transformation, like her first transformation, if you have never seen I Have It, like wow.
I'd like to see that. I've never seen her first transformation.
I'm excited because, as Tamara say, I'm doing a Mwala, 4 weeks of the prep. I'm taking a week off. I need a week off just to rethink. Especially with MBF, I realize what I like, and I like the strength workouts. I don't like cardio. Jumping rope, I can do that all day, and that's good cardio for me. That's fine. That's perfect. All the other, listen, Isla, I want you. Shanti is just fucking psycho. I can't do, no.
I get it, Ange, I get it. But you know, it's so funny. I absolutely love cardio because if I don't feel like I've sweated from the cardio, I don't feel like I've worked out. So this stupid Shanti workout thing that I was doing, the Dig Deeper Nation stuff, I did 2 insanity cardio workouts, one after the other. I thought I was going to die. I felt so good. So it's just what you like, right?
Yeah, I get that in Zumba, right? So, because it's so much cardio and it's like up and you go up and down and up and down and up and down with heart rate. So, so I much prefer strength training too. But the ropes are awesome when my left hand decides to work. When my left hand is being ridiculous, it's so frustrating. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Right?
And Angela,
Like-
I just wanted to say thank you for bringing that up because I just went through the same thing this week. I'm doing MBFA. Just got done with the second week and I'm down about 11 pounds since I started. But then I hopped on the scale. It went up 3 pounds in a day. And just that whole mindset. It's like, oh, why did this happen? I started beating myself up. My nutrition is on. And I start picking it apart. You know, did I eat too much salt the previous day? Am I retaining water? But you just start getting in your mind. And then you're like, is this really working? But then you have to stop and look at the big picture and what you've accomplished over the time. And it's a journey. But I was feeling the same exact thing. So I'm really glad that you shared that today because I can totally relate and we just have to stick with it. And
100%.
There's your content right there.
We just got a message. Share about the message that we got
Oh,
yesterday.
so I have had one of my Zumba ladies joined us when we first started coaching.
She was one of the first supporters.
One of the first ones. And she's actually a discount coach because she gets Shakeology regularly. And she messaged us yesterday saying that
She's
so
super
always,
private, never shared like a pictures of herself, nothing.
Yeah.
She's super private.
And she's always kind of yo-yoed and done the thing, and she doesn't have a very supportive environment at home for it, a lot of negative talk and yada yada. So she messaged out of the blue yesterday saying that 1 year ago she decided to commit fully to her health and fitness, and she is down 58 pounds. She's a cyclist. So she loved, like she said, I have so much more energy and stamina and strength for my bike rides. She started with Morning Meltdown. She's done Bar Blend. She's done MBF now. Like, and she just said, thank you for like the accountability, for the support, for the constantly breathing belief into me and just being there. Right. So those messages make it all worth it. You know, all worth it. Because she's now changed her complete belief in herself, in who she is.
And what 1 year can do to your life, 1 year. Sometimes people just, they want a quick fix, right? I want to lose the pounds right now, but you didn't get like overnight. But just like, you know, kind of forget about the scale, just do the things, have a healthier lifestyle, do your workouts every day or when you can.
Yeah.
And look, 1 year.
Okay, I know Margot's going to hop off because she has a workout. So let's do a quick picture. Smile.
Wait, I'm not ready.
Okay.
I got the perfume on.
Oh shit, I had a flash. I had a flash.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. All good. Okay, and if you want to, I'm going to stop recording. I know Margot's going to hop off. I am going to stop recording. But Isla we were going to talk a little bit about cold market and just connecting with cold market. So if any of you want to stay on, feel free, because I'm just going to stay on this video, but I'm just going to stop recording. All right? So thank you so much for joining us this beautiful Sunday, everybody. And
thank you, Jasmine.
Yeah, we will
See you.
chat with you
Bye,
soon.
Maggie.
Bye.